the pheasant tail. It is so effective and it is so crucial to have in your fly box. The past couple of weeks I've been using the pheasant tail and it hasn't been catching as many fish as I would like it. But there is a pheasant tail pattern out there that is so overlooked and it's so old-fashioned, but it catches so many fish, and which saved me this week using this fly pattern, and I'm just so excited to show you this. It is so stupid simple. Anybody can tie this. Alright, besides that, let's get into how to tie this pheasant tail pattern. What's going on, everybody? Carson here. If you don't know me, I've been fly fishing for the past 10 plus years, and I've been competitive fly fishing for the past 8 years, and I am so excited to show you guys this fly pattern of this pheasant tail. It is so simple, but it's so overlooked, and I don't see anybody fly tying it and it's catching all the trout in the creek. I've been using other type of pheasant tail patterns and it hasn't been working as well. I don't know why. Maybe just because it's so drastically different. Maybe that's why. Maybe it's so natural looking and it's so not vibrant. It's a very dull color fly that maybe that's what's triggering them. I don't know. Alright, besides that, let's get right into how to tie this pheasant tail. Alright, everybody, so we just got our hook on the vise. This is going to be a fulling mill size 14 dry fly hook. Now, why am I using a dry fly hook on a pheasant tail or a nymph in general? So basically, what I've come to believe, and other competitors have come to believe, that dry fly hooks are actually, you are able to hook more fish while actually nymphing. If you look at the difference between the density or the how thin this hook is compared to a nymphing hook, it is so much drastically more different. And I have experienced catching more fish and with less misses with this method. And I'm sure that you'll probably catch more fish along the way also. So that's just why I'm using a dry fly hook. Now let's get into how to tie this fly. I'm not going to be using thread today. I'm going to be using ultra slim silver wire here, and I'm going to first start off here, and I'm not using any thread today. This is just the technique itself, and I'm going to start off with, make sure you have a good nice long piece of wire here, and I'll explain why in a second. And we're just going to start wrapping and making, or thickening the thorax here of the fly, and we're just gonna start making some simple wraps just around here. There we go. Alright, now that's pretty, it's getting pretty big right now, so we're gonna start just wrapping that wire all the way to about right there, close to the shank of the hook there. Next, we're gonna grab our pheasant tail, and we're gonna get ourselves, I don't know, I just, it's just me, I don't count how many fibers I cut, but particularly with this fly I really don't. If I'm making like a size 20 pheasant tail, I will. Just with this, I think I got like about 5 or 6 fibers from the pheasant tail. I want to make one wrap, make one wrap, 2 wraps, cinching that down, okay, just like that. And then what we're going to do is that we're going to wrap all the way up. I want to build more on that thorax, and then there we go. Okay, so right now we have our tags still on here. We have our pheasant tail there, and now the only thing that we're going to do is we're going to get the rest of that pheasant tail, and we're just going to start wrapping our way to the kind of behind the hook eye there. But right now we're just covering up that thorax, okay? There we go. And then what we're going to do, trying to show this on the camera as much as possible, it is kind of a tiny fly. Alright. And then what we're going to do is that we're going to tie this off. And then if you, I started tying a lot of my flies with this wire here, and which has been pretty helpful in regards to, there we go. Sorry, I had to focus the camera there. So we just got the pheasant tail wrapped and tied down here with the wire, close to behind the eye of the hook. And then actually what we're going to do is we're going to pull this pheasant tail back, and we're going to wrap a couple of times and hold that back. So it's actually going to look kind of like that. So now we're going to take our wire here now, and we're going to start making some wraps around the body of the fly. Just like so. And then as soon as we get back here, closer to where the thorax of the fly was, then I'm just going to wrap just around that. Just like so. And then I'm going to make it to where I meet close to behind the eye of the hook. Now also I want to mention here too is that the wire itself, the color of the wire, it does matter in some conditions, depending if fish like pink, they like red, anything else like that. But for me, I like silver. It's just one of those go-to color phases. So that's what kind of the fly looks like right there. And then only thing we're going to do now is just bring back the thorax here. And we're just going to close down on it. And then we're going to clip off this excess here. You can leave it and make some legs on it. There's some patterns on that which you can do, but I just cut it off. And then I'm going to grab my whip finisher. I'm going to wrap once. I'm going to wrap twice. Pull on it. And there we go. And make sure do not cut with your scissors. I've done that one time just out of habit, and man, that doled out my scissors so bad. But there you go, everybody. There is the pheasant tail right there. And I personally, it's such a simple pattern. It's such a thin profile, such a light fly. But it is so essential to have in your fly box in case if you're using a dry dropper method or using it as a top fly or as an emerger. So I really hope you enjoyed this one. Again, if you guys want to see more videos like this, check out my YouTube channel. And be sure to subscribe and like the video. And hopefully I'll come out with another video like this one for you guys later on. Alright, catch you later. And as always, stay fishy.